They used to ask, "Where did you go?" Funny thing is, I never left. I simply stepped into the shadows, and from there, I watched everything. By the end of this video, you'll understand why the most dangerous person is the one you can't see coming. I didn't disappear. I transformed. While they were celebrating their fake victories, I was sharpening my silence, turning every heartbreak into a blade, every betrayal into a map. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, you'll learn how shadows become weapons. They think shadows are weak, but shadows see everything. Shadows listen, shadows remember, and the ones who live in the dark don't run from pain. They study it. That's what I did. Every insult, every lie, every cold shoulder, I collected them like coordinates, not for revenge, for clarity. Because the moment you stop fighting for attention, you start fighting for purpose. At first, I thought silence meant defeat. But silence is strategy. It's preparation. It's walking past the noise of the world and hearing the one voice that actually matters, your own. When you finally listen to it, you don't need spotlights. You don't need applause. You don't need validation, because the shadow beside you becomes something else entirely. It becomes your armor. That's when I realized I didn't vanish. I evolved. I became the shadow they fear. They thought my silence meant weakness. But silence is a blade. It cuts deepest when they never expect it. I stopped reacting. I stopped explaining. I stopped proving. And the moment I did, everything shifted. Because nothing terrifies people more than someone who no longer seeks their approval. I learned to move like water, shapeless, formless, impossible to predict. You can't hit what doesn't stand still. You can't stop what doesn't announce its arrival. Some nights, I walked alone through the kind of darkness that makes people lose themselves. But I wasn't lost. I was learning the map, learning the rhythm of fear, learning what part of me breaks and what part of me hunts. Every assassin has that one moment, that breath, that heartbeat, where they realize the shadows are not behind them. They are with them. They tried to bury me in doubt, so I grew quieter. They tried to blind me with lies, so I learned to see in the dark. They tried to push me into the shadows, so I claimed the shadows as my kingdom. Because what they don't understand is this: darkness isn't the absence of light, it's the presence of truth. When the world hides, the shadows reveal. You see, an assassin doesn't waste motion, doesn't waste emotion, doesn't waste breath. Every step is intention. Every glance is calculation. Every silence is preparation. I didn't have to roar to be heard. I didn't have to strike to be feared. My presence alone became warning enough. They used to laugh at me. Now they look over their shoulders. They used to ignore me. Now they feel me, even when they can't see me. Because I'm not chasing the spotlight anymore. I'm stalking purpose. I didn't choose the shadows. The shadows chose me. And I answered. I don't walk in the dark to hide. I walk there because that's where my power lives. They keep asking how I changed so fast. I didn't. I simply stopped pretending to be harmless. I stopped dimming my fire to keep them comfortable. I stopped apologizing for the intensity that kept me alive. The truth is, I didn't become the shadow overnight. I became it the moment I embraced what everyone told me to hide. My anger, my focus, my silence, my scars. That's when everything clicked. I wasn't the one trapped in the darkness. I was the one built for it. People fear what they don't understand, and they don't understand me anymore. Because I've outgrown their language, their limits, their comfort. They still chase the light because they think that's where power lives. But power lives in clarity. And clarity is born in the dark. I mastered myself there. Learned when to strike, when to stay still, when to bleed, when to breathe, and when to become invisible. They used to hunt me. Now they flinch at the sound of silence because silence is where I sharpened everything they tried to break. You see, an assassin never announces his arrival. He arrives as a shadow crossing the edge of your vision. He arrives as the breath you didn't hear. He arrives as the truth you tried to avoid. I became that truth. Not a monster, not a hero, something far more dangerous. Someone who no longer needs permission to exist. They say the scariest thing in this world is the unknown. So I became it. Unpredictable, unreachable, untouchable. I'm not hiding in the dark. I use it. I move with it. I shape it. Because shadows don't follow me anymore. They obey me. If you've ever felt invisible, good. That means no one is prepared for who you'll become next. Comment shadow below subscribe, not to follow me, but to follow your own transformation. Because everyone wants the light. Only a few are brave enough to master the dark. I didn't disappear. I ascended. I didn't break. I evolved. I didn't run from the darkness. I became the shadow they fear.